Hey folks, happy Friday. This is Nate coming at you on, what is it today? It's March 29th. So I'm officially about 2 to 2.5 weeks behind on all of these different videos I intended on doing for my channel. So I am going to try and catch up this weekend if I can. So with that in mind, what I wanted to show today was I finally got my so this is actually sort of a milestone piece here. So this came back from getting installed over at Kessel Custom Sabers by Carlos Hernandez. And this is an Electrum Sabercrafts Torrent. This is my second one, so this is 2 of 2. And these now are both installed with Proffie 3.9. And I believe he's using Saber Bay 28mm high bass speakers and stock V3 NeoPixel pin setups. And these are awesome sabers. Nice and loud. So these are going to be now. So for that update that I gave you guys on my channel about that that huge episode 1 to episode 6 Canon catalog that I plan on doing, that I'm still in the middle of working on. This is what I was waiting for. So my plan is, because these are now both on Proffie V3 9s, I have enough capacity on both of these sabers where I can put my entire light side font library on this one in one config file, and I've got my entire dark side library on this one in one config file. It's going to be about somewhere between 50 to 75 presets per config. So just to give you an idea of just the larger capacity that these V3 boards have. In the past, with the types of style codes that I use for these blade styles, I'd be on a Proffie 2.2 board, maybe I could squeeze 18 to 20 presets out of these. So we're looking at about 4 times the memory capacity on these new Proffie V3 boards. What I would also say too is that for recently, Electrum Sabercrafts has announced, Dave Craswell, one of the co-owners, announced that they're going to actually start selling empties of these now. And I've told Dave, I like Dave, he's a good guy. And I've told him for years that I was never a big Diadium board fan. I'm a Proffie guy. It wasn't that I didn't like their boards. It's that I prefer Proffie boards. And I always told him, I said, look, if you guys ever started selling empties, I'd be buying stuff from y'all every week. I said, because I love Electrum Sabercraft hilt styles. I love the Torrents. I love the Evoflexes. I love the Remnants. The Reliant. I forget. I know there's the Aurora, like the Aurora. The Ebon Razor is even a really nice dark saber variant. Just all their stuff is just really like, I like the aesthetic that they put into their hilt building. These sort of slim profiles, but full-size sabers. They're nicely balanced. They're really nice to wield and to swing around and duel with. I also like a lot of their pommel designs that get good sound venting. So recently they announced that they were starting to sell empties. Now, this having been after I finally collected my 4th Electrum Sabercrafts empty on Facebook, searching the ISO requests. So, I'd gone through, it took me about 1.5 years, but I managed to find, 2 empty Evoflexes. and sent them to Carlos for custom install. And then my 2 torrents, found them empty on the secondary market, and then sent them to Carlos for custom install. Now, the reason I say that this is sort of a flagship, so this is Carlos's 15th install for me. Yeah, in all of the, if handful of these previous installs he's done for me, I've sold, but for the most part, I think 12 of them I still have, and they all work wonderfully. So this is sort of over the course of, I want to say, probably going on close to 2 years now. It's been a minute, because I think I started coming to him sort of like towards the end of COVID, like somewhere around March 2022, something like that. So yeah, and it's coming on 2 years now that I've been commissioning Carlos, and he's been doing a fantastic job. So the reason why I wanted to mention that, and the reason why I wanted to mention the fact that Electrum Sabercrafts is now selling empties, is because Carlos has done a really, really good job of designing chassis for these. So if anybody out there is as excited about Electrum selling empties as I am, I would recommend hitting up Kessel Customs if you want those empties custom installed with like CFX or Proffie. He has a really, really nice chassis design, right? Fully removable. You know, does the pin setup here up top, the stock NeoPixel pins. And then this is his removable chassis with an angled board. So you do have to adjust for this in your config, right? Just make sure that you've got that defined setup for that 15-degree angle on your board, and you're fine. Room enough for a nice beefy speaker. And his is really like lightweight, easy to pull out the battery. Just
don't underestimate the force.
Kill switch.
Don't underestimate the force.
So yeah, so that's what I wanted to mention about that. So I think there's going to be one more set that I'm going to be looking for now that Electrum is offering empties directly from their shop. So I'm probably going to go and get pick up a couple of weathered remnants, because that sort of OB1 mashup version, because that one also I really, really like. And I was never really I liked the aesthetic of Obi-Wan's Cannon saber, but I also like to use sabers that are like swingable, and the Cannon saber for Kenobi, even though I like the way it looks, isn't practical for how I use my sabers, because it's a thin neck with a really, really shallow emitter. So I much prefer having things like these, which are like, you know, mashup versions, but have like deep blade insertion depths and can hold blades securely, so that I can play around with them, and not worry about, you know, having to have a specially made recessed blade, or having to have stuff like wobble or fall out, or, you know, break components and things like that. So, but, you know, so anyway, so this is my second Torrent 2 of 2, my Dark Side Torrent. And, yeah, so these are what I will be doing my original trilogy prequel and Cannon blade styles with, using those sabers coming up. So as soon as I get some more time, I'll be finishing that up. So yeah, that's video update number 1. So yeah, that saber, he got back to me on March 17th, I think. So just been really busy with other stuff, and just haven't had a time to sit down and get this all on film. So time to play catch up now that we have a 3-day Easter weekend coming up. So all right, y'all, have a good weekend, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.